Yeah, I have it written down that the rabbit went catatonic and needed to be carried away.
Nice. All right, so
When I ripped the thing out of
Gotcha. Now, Brian, I do notice that it is quite choppy profusely. I do catch 90% of what you're saying, but I am missing some stuff every once in a while. Is there any way to be able to fix that from my end? I'm wondering.
It's just a matter of me projecting my voice.
Yeah, I guess. Bummer.
Yeah, when you speak when you speak louder, you come through pretty clearly.
Very good. All right, so you guys are back in. So I separated these two parts into two videos just for people to watch. The first one got corrupted, and I ran out of memory file, so all of that wasn't actually on stream, which is really unfortunate. But basically what happened, for anybody who's watching later, is that the adventurers went out to try to confront the barkeep to find out what's happened. There was a sign of a struggle, and when they went outside, they started talking to the man that was chopping wood. Turns out that he had a symbiote attached to his spinal cord. They removed it and it exploded. Sorry if you didn't get to see it. I apologize, but that's what happened. All right, we're good.
Also, we investigated the inside of the bar, and we discovered some changeling blood, and with some MacGyver contraption and a mage hand, we gathered a sample of that.
Gotcha.
Autopsy, I managed to reclaim some items from a dead body.
Exactly.
That's true as well. Yeah, there was a box with like some sort of like Illuminati eye looking thing on it.
Yeah, like a what was it, Eye of Horus or something like that.
You do not know.
No, I just mean like.
Oh, in real life, the image itself is from the lore for the Eye of Osiris.
Okay, yeah, I figured it was one of those.
Right. So here we are. We just sort of rescued a guy. Is he unconscious, comatose?
He is unconscious on the floor, and you can.
Okay.
And as you're looking on the body, you can kind of notice that just from the corner of his lips, you can see a little bit of spittle. So he is unconscious on the floor.
I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on him.
Very good.
See if I can bring him back up.
Okay, so on your character sheet, there should be, if you change the bottom to combat, there should be a ticker that you can just drag into the combat log on the left and drop it, and it'll tell me how much he gets healed by.
Oh, okay. What the fuck? It don't give me access to cantrips right now? I don't get it.
Did you?
If you scroll down, your spells should be there too.
Yeah, so down on the bottom where it says mode should be standard, and display should be bam actions. There you go.
Oh, okay.
So,
Excellent.
So put your cursor over heal wounds, the little plus sign, and drag it over, and it'll tell me how much he gets healed by. He gets healed by 12. So you can kind of see that there wasn't any seeming physical damage to him on superficially, but you can kind of hear little clicks and bones readjusting from the inside. And he takes a big, deep gasp and then sits up, terrified.
All right. I did cast Charm Person on him before we knew that he had the mono drone attached to him. Can I make like a perception check to see if he's still under the influence of that?
It would be an investigation, but yes.
Okay.
Okay, so from what you can see, you think it's still active on him.
Okay. Hey, buddy. Are you okay?
Just kind of looks down to where he's sitting on the ground right now, just on his ass with his head between his knees, and he looks up and he says, "Fucking women. They're gonna be the death of me." And he just kind of puts his head down and takes a big deep breath in and out. He puts his hand to
What do you mean?
He puts his hand on his side and starts to stand up. Basically says,
him up and ask what he means.
Says, I had this woman. Ugh, I thought she was so attractive and beautiful. She tricked me. One of the members of the Seer, or it was the Tali, I can't remember, invited me in to the clock tower. And I just remember the curves of her lips. I remember her eyes, bright green. Ugh, I would have given anything to be with her. He kind of takes a step back and puts his back up against the wall to rest. Looks, she was so beautiful, I would have done anything for her. But I just remember her saying, please grab me a drink, and then everything went black.
I don't know how to tell you this, but I very highly doubt that was what you thought it was. We found changeling blood in your kitchen.
Changelings. Fascinating. I've never seen... And he just starts clicking his head to the up and to the left just over and over. You can kind of see something in his mind is troubling him. Says, my family, I need to know if they're okay. My brother, my sisters. And you can just start to see his eyes starting to roll into the back of his head as he drifts in and out of consciousness. Says, but the woman, she's still here, isn't she? She wouldn't leave me here. And then he starts to cough a little bit. He looks over towards Westra and just looks her up and down. Looks towards Jaladri up and down and says, if you would have seen her, she was magnificent. And he just kind of leans back, puts his back up against the wall one more time as he's sitting down in a prone position, and he just kind of drifts off and passes out.
Okay.
Well, the medicine thing to see what was going on with that, but
as
I
long
don't
as,
even need to.
As long as you can, like...
Westra?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Westra, I am fairly sure that this guy has been charmed by a changeling.
Or by me, but I don't think I matched that description he gave, so... I think you're right. I'm gonna try to remember to, I guess, like, probably less than a half hour ago, there was the other bartender that, like, went up and did a song. I'm gonna try to, like, see if I remember what she looked like.
Okay, roll me a history check.
While he's doing that, I want to see if I can tell if that song was any kind of magical.
Okay, and I'll get you to do a knowledge arcana check for me. All right, so you do know, Westra, you do recognize that the description of the singer at the bar does not match. She had black hair and brown eyes.
Okay.
And for the arcana check, you don't notice too much in regards to the song, but like the lyrics, but you do notice that the verses that she was chanting are forms of expression in old druidic magic. So it's basically folk tales from the Fae, or the Wilds.
Oh no. Westra, we got a problem.
What?
I should have put this together earlier. She was singing in Druidic. She was singing stories about the Fae. And I'm not sure if you know anything about the Fae, but you definitely don't want to be bringing them up, because they will show up. So, whatever's going on here is far deeper than I think you and I are going to figure out.
I don't know if this is the right check or not, but would I, like, know enough about the Fae to be able to, like, kind of agree or have any opinion on...
I will get you to roll me a history check, please.
Okay.
And I know it should be a nature check, but it isn't. It's going to be a history check. Okay, so you know that there are affiliations within Telmeria about the phase. You know that a lot of them kind of chose to remain in exile after the Great Cleansing, which was the foundation of what civilization is built on today. Back in the times, everybody had to team up against an acolyted foe to be able to dawn the birth of the city. But you know that the Fays chose to remain in the great deserts around.
Okay. Yeah, that definitely doesn't sound good.
So yeah.
Well, I don't think we should just leave this guy here. He's been through quite a lot.
Yeah, but what can we do for him? He's basically charmed.
Maybe we can take him to an infirmary, and the chirurgeons might be able to help him.
Yeah, what about Bunnyman's monk buddies? Maybe they can help him.
Ooh, that could work too.
Right? They do. He looks pretty impoverished and mental. We could probably set him there, right?
Sorry.
All right. So you can actually see Ortolan steps forward and he says, "What would you require of me?"
Do you think
can you
bring this?
can you and your brothers help this man?
He is going to. Ba-dum-ba-dum. Okay, as he steps back, he kind of takes a look at the situation, looks the man up and down, puts his hand upon his forehead, and basically says, "Yes, I think they can help, but my faction is very skittish. I will have to take him at the first gong of the new light." Says, "Provide me with a couple of hours and I will take him to my people."
Hey,
So-
that works. That explains what he's doing while we're doing what we're doing.
You got it. So he just kind of picks up the body and starts taking it outside, puts one hand over his shoulder and leads him out.
Alrighty.
Bam. So there you go. So that's a nice little closure to that part of the episode. Nicely done.
Well,
I like it.
we could still head out back and...
Oh, no, it's not over. I'm just saying that chapter worked out very
okay.
well.
Okay. Well, we've still got time before our super important secret mission. I guess we could head out back and see if there's anything we can glean from the remnants of that monodrone.
Yeah, so you can go over
You know
and...
what?
Sorry?
I just want to say, yeah, I want to know what that looks like because I've never seen one of those things before.
Right on. So you guys walk outside and you notice the destruction is very minor. It wasn't a very large explosion, but imagine you kind of both look at each other and you realize what that would have done to that man if it had been still attached to his neck.
Oh, he would have no head left. It'd be in like a million tiny chunks all over the back of the the bar.
Exactly. So
That would have been insanely hard to clean off my shell.
yeah, exactly. So as you guys approach the body, you can kind of see like a dark ring of just basically soot that surrounds it, followed by another ring of the grass that hasn't even been touched. So it looks like a ripple effect that goes out from this creature,
Okay.
not a straight explosion. And I need just both to roll an Arcana check. All right, so Wester, you realize that this isn't normal magic. Usually magic that you've seen in your passings would have a straight and powerful destructive wave that would emanate from the outside of it. So you're kind of confused on what you're looking at. But Jaladri, you noticed that this was a concussive blast of psionics.
Oh. Jesus. This is bionic blast. This is mental power. I haven't seen this in a long time.
I've never even seen something like this before.
Very
Well, yeah,
good.
it's been 300 years since I've seen an example of it.
So, Westra, I need you to roll me a history check.
Okay.
So, as you ponder back to remember anything that you and your kid could provide as information upon this story, you recollect a story that you once heard when you were younger from your faction that described that the end of the world actually came from the hands of a psionic. Something happened deep in the formation of Talmeria that the same kind of a wave emanated, and in the wreckage of the explosion was built Talmeria.
If it's psionics, then that's what I learned was that was the magic that kind of destroyed the world and led to the creation of our city.
Why? Well, do you get the feeling that we've stumbled into something way bigger than us right now?
Oh, yeah. I mean, this whole secret mission thing, and then our drinks meetup being ruined, and then the dying, and then this thing, and I have no idea what we've gotten ourselves into.
All right, I need Jill Laudry to roll a perception check, please.
And while I do that, I'm just gonna pull out one of the bottles from inside my shell and be like, "Yeah, we didn't lose all the drinks. It's here."
Aw, you're so nice. Thank you.
Would you say perception?
Yes, please.
There we go.
All right, as you look down towards the eminence of what the remainder is of this clockwork creature that has exploded upon the floor, you notice that the eyeball of the item is actually intact.
Ooh.
You think that's useful for anything?
Can't hurt to take it with us.
Yeah. Oh, hey. Yeah, I bet these are probably pretty, like, uncommon things, right?
They're
Like, I don't imagine these just sitting around in any shop.
they're they're typically used for like spying and subterfuge. So basically, unless you're a member of one of the big factions, you wouldn't have access to these.
All right, Brian, as
We
you...
want to,
Oh, go ahead.
after what we just said, do we really want to go stepping on any toes right now? They seem to be in a bit of a tiff.
I'd rather not stick my head where it doesn't belong, but it seems like Trouble's decided to find us. You've already got the sample of the changeling blood. We could always keep this on hand as well, just so we have at least some evidence of what happened here. It might be useful down the line.
Yeah. That's a great idea.
So, as
Is there
you...
any,
Oh, go ahead.
is there any, like, cloth or, like, I don't know, like, anything, like, I could use to, like, wrap the items with?
Oh, yeah, there's various bark samples that are everywhere that are easily pliable that you could grab a hold of it with.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna do that and wrap it up, and then place it with the box separately.
Awesome. So as soon as you pick it up, you examine it a little bit further, and the center of the iris is completely gold, and where the retina is pure gold, and around the outside you can see a glowing line of yellow, and it just seems to have a patterned formation that goes around the entire circle. So imagine if this was circling the iris.
Ooh, there's a connection.
I wonder. I'm gonna take out the box and the eye, and see if I can like touch them to each other. Like maybe it's a lock or something.
Very good. So I'm going to get you to roll an investigation check to see if you can find any correlation between the two items. Okay, as you kind of example, yeah, both of you can do it definitely.
We're clearly working together.
Working
on this,
together,
yeah.
exactly. So as you kind of inspect the two, you notice that the components don't actually have anywhere that they connect or meet. You do sense that they are of same or similar origin, but whenever you try to, like move the box around and look at the eye, it just doesn't seem like there's anything to really do. But Westra, you kind of notice that there seems to be a light emanating from the iris of the eyeball.
Okay. Would I know what that light signifies? Because I sort of know what this monodrone is.
No, you do not.
Okay.
You to like, just sort of like in a very simple way, like tap the eye on the box, like just little like. I know it's probably not gonna work, but just like as like role playing. That's how I'm doing it. I'm just like tap tap, nothing. Tap tap tap, nothing.
Just trying to open
Another
the
side
box.
tap. Yeah, just like very methodically, like slowly tap, nothing. Tap tap, nothing. Tap tap tap, nothing. Move over an inch, tap tap.
So what would you guys like to do?
Is the box like locked or?
It is sealed, but I don't think you've tried to open it yet.
No, I'm willing to try to open it.
Hang on a second.
Have you tried
both
opening the
have their
box,
eyes.
Galadriel?
Like I turn over to him from like tapping on the box with the eye and being like, "What do you think I've been doing?"
And all of a sudden, as you tap along the side, I want you to roll a perception check. Okay. And as you run the eye across the edge of the box, all of a sudden you notice that there is lettering worded upon it that is only shown by the light of the eye.
Oh.
Curiouser and curiouser.
So as you move from left to right, you can kind of notice inscriptions and insignias that are upon it, a language that you've never seen before.
Is it a language that I've seen before?
Nope. You have not seen this language before.
Hieroglyphics.
Can I just make an untrained insight check to see if I can glean anything?
I will give you... What are you trying to figure out? Can you give me like a more specific what you're looking for kind of a deal?
I'm just looking to see if any of the patterns repeat. Like, is this exactly what's on the box?
This is exactly what's on the exterior of the box in a circle pattern the whole way around it.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can't find any of these that double, like repeat.
Very good. I'll get you to roll an investigation check. Or a perception check, sorry. It's not investigation. You do not notice any repeating symbols but one. And it is the Eye of Osiris again. It seems to pop up 3 or 4 times within its text. Above and below it seems to be inclinations and basically little images of different aspects of humanity. You can see wheatgrass going in one of the emblems. You can see that below the wheatgrass has the picture of the sun. Below the sun has a picture of fire, and below the fire has a picture of Anubis, or sorry, not fuck. I jumped ahead. There's a sign of a sickle in a large archway gate. Fuck, I think I ruined it. Oh well.
Well, just because you may think you've ruined it, it's not like that means anything to our characters.
No,
so,
exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, just redact that whole thing. No, you don't.
We don't know what the hell this is. You
No.
said that neither of us have seen these characters before.
Yeah.
I mean,
But-
we can see that the eye's there a few times, but it's Chinese to us, basically.
Yeah, you still see the wheatgrass, you still see the archways, and you still see the fire, and you still see that stuff, though. So there you go. So that's what you see.
Can't make any fucking at all. I don't know. Maybe try pointing the eye at the eye on the box. I don't know, man.
Well, it lit up characters. It can't hurt to try.
All right.
All you have to do is just point it at the eye on the box.
Yeah, I guess I'll just like do that. Like go over each eye and point the irises at each other.
Okay, and as you pointed towards what seems to be the centerpiece emblem, you notice that it's a circular formation with a picture of an eye, but you also notice that lighting has lit up around the iris on the box as well, and as you connect the two, all you hear is a little click.
Oh, did you
I think
open
we
it?
did. I think so.
Well, open it. What's inside?
Alright, I'm going to crack this fucker open like, it's 1992.
Very good. So within the box, as you open it, you can kind of see a little piece of paper within inside that seems to be covering an object. As you open it up, you unfurl it from left to right, and you lift the parchment over as to appear what's inside. And what you see seems to be an item of golden nature, approximately 1 inch by 1 inch. And it's a flat piece of gold in... Hold on. Where is it here? I have the picture of it. Blah, blah, blah.
Very prepared. I like it.
Yeah, but it's just a copy, so it's not really... Bam. Hold on. Lockbox script. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, I can't seem to find it for some reason. That's okay. But anyway, so as you pull it up, it seems to be 1 inch by 1 inch and about a half a centimeter thick. Basically golden version of the eye that you've seen previously. So it almost looks like a brooch. On the back side of it, you see several little circles that are one on top of each other that kind of look like the tail of the clockwork beast. And then there's a glowing coin on the edge of it.
I know what I'd like to do, but I don't have that spell.
Oh, I identify object. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I identify object or like detect magic, that son of a bitch, basically. I do not have those spells, though.
Brian, are you still there? Okay, I think we lost him for a quick second, so we'll just kind of pause there for a moment. Would you like to have a smoke?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, so once he gets back, we can continue.
Okay, cool.
Alright.
I'll be back in a couple moments then.
this day forth, you put your faith in me. Expecto Patronum! From this day forth, you put your faith in me. Expecto Patronum!
Okay, so we are back now, and Brian, what I would like you to do is just describe what I'm showing. I'm going to show them the note, just so that people watching will know what we're talking about in the future excursions.
Yeah, absolutely. So what it is, it's a large circular eye, approximately 1 inch by 1 inch by 1 centimeter deep. And it looks like a brooch of an eye with flowers. The inside is like, the center of it is red, surrounded by like a flower petal thing in white. Around that is sort of a, it looks like a shell inlay in blue with flowers and waves. And then outside of that is a full gold ring surrounded by filigree and flower embossing with a spiral chain going around the outside.
1 inch by 1 inch by half a centimeter. It almost sounds like it's like a commemorative coin or something.
Yeah, or maybe it's like another key like the eye was.
I don't necessarily think that the eye was meant to be a key since it was the remains of the robot. They were just linked in some way that the magics happened to open the box. More of a coincidence
Well, yeah, I
than an
suppose.
intended lock and key mechanism would be my assumption.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
Alright, I need you both to roll Arcana checks for me.
Alrighty.
Alright,
Nice.
Nice.
both of you think back to your days, just life experiences as well, and both of you, with the ability to cast magic, realize that this almost seems to be a memory device. So as you look towards the crest on the back end side of this eye, you can notice that the glowing blue fragment that's just very much at the end, you seem to recognize this as the memory device, so that you both believe that if you were to place this up towards your eye, you'd be able to relive its memories.
Oh. Geladri,
Huh.
I think we can figure out what this is. I think it's magic technology from the Seer faction.
Do you want to try it?
Yeah, you just hold it up to the eye up to your eye and you should be able to see whatever memories are contained in it.
Yeah. Do you want to know what memories are contained in it?
Well, if we don't know, I mean, that woman, poor woman probably died in vain, so I feel like it's our duty to do so.
You make a very good point. All right, I'll go first, and then you go.
Go for it.
So, all right. So I will put that fucker right up to my eye and do what you told me to do.
All right. So as you raise it up towards your eye, you can start noticing that the blue venue on the back starts to glow and starts to leave a trail as you lift it up towards your face. You turn it right side out so that the blue chorus is actually facing directly into your pupil as you approach. Once you get about a millimeter or two away from your eye, you can almost feel like a suction motion coming from your iris to its, and it just sucks towards you, and then it basically removes itself from your hand and sticks directly to your eye socket. I want you to roll a Constitution check for me.
Okay.
All right, as it lets go and jams across your eye, you have quite a bit of, I want to say, part of your beak kind of protects your eye in a certain way. So whenever this thing goes in, it doesn't completely like go into your skull at 300 miles an hour, but gets stuck on the outside of the shell, just above your eye. And I need you to roll a Constitution check.
Okay.
I want you to take 4 points of damage.
Ugh. Um.
All right. So as it connects to your eye, and you just feel this ungodly pain around the outskirts of your eyelids, you kind of reave yourself back, and you end up putting your back up against the wall and putting your hand on the table to guide yourself. And you just get an image floats through your mind, and all you see is something traversing the desert very quickly, goes over a mountain dune, goes in between some valleys of just pure sand, and then goes up over a ridge, passes over a forest, and then back into the desert again. And it zooms all the way down and comes towards ground level, and you can see the picture of a city. And this is what is shown to you. Where is it here? Bam.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that because I didn't look in the eye.
Yeah, we'll just play this one by ear. But yeah, you know, you got it. So that is so this is shown to you, and it starts to shake and almost imprint itself in your mind, and then the image disappears.
Oh,
Shit.
So now you start to come to a little bit. You kind of gain your footing again. You put your arm back up on your side and push yourself off the wall.
Are you okay, Jaladri? That looked really painful.
Uh, yeah. So, I, ow, with the, so something was moving really fast through over sand dunes, ridges. It came to this city or something with these giant statues in front of it. It's burned in my head. I can't stop seeing it. But I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before.
Roll a Constitution check for me, Brian. Take 1 point of damage. And another image goes into your mind.
Ow, 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 ow.
And a name comes to mind.
There's a girl. Ezeri. Othalon? Othalon?
Misery? You mean the leader of the Sally?
So I want you to roll a knowledge history check, Brian.
Okay.
It pretty much checks out. The stories are very similar. Westra is on to something.
I think he got it.
And then the image disappears from your eye.
She's the one that sent the missive out to us. She's the one who hired us for whatever this ridiculous thing is.
Oh. Why did we find? How did? Why was this on the bartender that was murdered? Would wait? I'm gonna see. I'm gonna flip back to my contract and try to see if I can't decipher any of the scratched out names and see if they're female.
Yep. Go ahead. I'll give you a knowledge investigation. Perception, fuck it. Whatever's higher, you pick.
Okay.
You definitely see correlation between the two.
I'm gonna ask if I can do this before I do this. I remember in the last session, before she was killed, when she came over to our table to fix Steve's meal, he basically grabbed something and tucked it away on him. I rolled like 19 or 20 on my perception there, so did I see him do that?
See who do what again, sorry?
The whenever Steve basically grabbed
the seal.
I don't even remember what it was. The seal, yeah, and just kind of hit it.
Did you catch a glimpse of it? Roll a history check.
Okay.
Okay, you do recall seeing it. It was probably about an inch in diameter and by about 3 inches thick, and it had a very, very small wooden handle on the edge of it.
Okay. I don't know where he is, Jaladri, but I think Steve has one of the missing pieces to this puzzle.
What do you mean?
Well, earlier, before she died, you remember she came to the table. I didn't really want to say anything at the time, but she left something on the table when she was fixing Steve's food, and he just tucked it away. I think that might be important.
Oh, it was just some sort of herb or something. Okay. Huh. Huh. This is getting really weird. Wasn't?
Yeah, you saw a vision of the woman that hired us? I'm very, very confused.
Yeah, so, and like, what's the deal with this? I don't know. It's like desert ruins or something.
I don't think we have enough information. We don't even know what our job is that we've been hired to do. I think we need to know that before we can really figure out what all this means.
Well, I know one thing's for damn sure, and as I say that, I'm taking the brooch off my eye.
Okay, as you go up to grab it, your fingers curl along the back of it, and you try to attempt to pull it off. I need you to roll a strength check.
Oh boy.
This is
God,
about
we
to
never
get
even
bad.
sought to see if the thing was cursed. You might not be able to take it off.
You pull
Oh
on,
no!
you pull on this motherfucker, and it will not let go.
Okay, so it looks like I'm now a jewel tortoise.
Oh, you can't get it off, Gelatry?
No, I feel like it's gonna rip my eye out.
Uh, you have heal magics, right?
Yeah, but I don't. We'll just leave it there for now.
Okay.
I'm gonna tie a bandana around it so that you like nobody notices it from the outside.
Very good.
That's definitely a good idea.
I have added the item to your inventory. And it's called the Eye Monocle.
Oh my!
What this does is it gives you a +2 to passive persuasion, or a passive perception.
That makes sense, being a magic eye of
So
some
what
sort.
I want you to do is I want you to go on the front of your page, and to see where it says perception.
Mm-hmm.
It should be your 17. If you click on that, or sorry, just one sec. Can you change your passive perception? No, I don't think you can. I can't even do it. Let's just say it gives you +2 to your perception. So go to your skills.
You could just put it in the miss column, right?
And then, yeah, exactly. Put it in the miss column, put +2 there, and it should adjust for you.
Shut up.
Perfect. Awesome.
Excellent.
Alright, so there is a side effect to this. For as long, you must attune to this item, but on initial entry into the eye, it doesn't require attunement. So this takes up your attunement slot. So if you go to your actions, I believe, where is attunement? This might be something for later that I'll have to figure out. But there should be an attunement slot somewhere in here, but I'm not seeing it on your character sheet. I'll have to add one later. But it'll be it'll be a dot at the top of your character sheet, and you'll just put a check mark on it to show that your attunement slot is filled. So it's not a big deal. Alright, so now, as you kind of realize that this thing isn't coming off, I want you to roll a perception check for me. So as you're looking around, like, it's very, whenever you're looking around the room and towards the box that this came from, you're getting such a massive headache that it's obscuring your vision. And as you look up, you can kind of notice that along the box's edges, the symbols have changed. Sorry?
Markings changed on bullets.
Oh, gotcha. So he's saying that out loud, Jack. There you go.
Say what?
He's saying that the symbols have changed.
They look the same to me. Maybe it's your eye?
So as you look down towards the box, Geladri, you notice that all of the symbols have changed into words, or into letters in common. And you read from top to bottom going down, and you can read that it says, "Present the eye received. When placed on crown, your soul will be." And at the bottom of it, it shows the picture of the eye that I showed you earlier. Next column says, Please remember, the journey's lost. Everything begins with cost. And down at the bottom, you can see another emblem that you don't recognize that I will draw up a picture for you later. On the third column, it says, "Thank you, friend, for staying course. Please remember." But then you see a couple of scratch marks on the bottom of it, and you don't get really an idea on what the last two symbols show, therefore obscuring it. And you can see another picture that you've never seen before at the bottom of that. And on the final column says, "Please allow me this quest upon. I put my armor on by the dawn." And down below it, you can actually see an outline stitching image of... Where is it here? Ramp. You can actually see the inscriptions of the vision upon the stone, with directions on how to get there.
Which was?
What was that?
It was.
I still didn't get it. Sorry, dude.
Oh, I fucking hate this.
Yeah. It's alright.
Came through clear.
That came through clear. Just be really close to the mic, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like some kind of weird techno-psychic map.
A map.
Yeah, like it's showing me how to get to that vision I saw of the city.
Okay. I think we need to keep this information to ourselves. You saw that vision of Ezri. Um, I'm not sure if we can trust her even though she contracted us out for this. At least not until we find out whatever it is she wanted us to do.
The lady that was holding this was murdered in public for the first time in 100
Yeah,
years.
right? Like that's
Like,
it
yeah,
it feels like she was trying to give us this information, right? I mean, she left something that Steve got too.
yeah. Maybe it was like a meeting or something. Maybe there was like maybe she was gonna give it to him later
Well,
because it's been
they
pretty
they
busy in
they
town today.
they wanted us to meet at that tavern too.
Yeah, but wasn't that just for like the 5 of us?
Supposedly, but I wonder. Maybe maybe the information got leaked and well, I don't even know. All I can say is that someone's trying to mess with us, and I'm not very happy about that.
No.
Alright, so just to let you know, Brian, I've added Sanskrit into your languages.
Oh, cool. Fucking Egyptian turtle over here now. Um. Hmm. Hmm. Uh. How the fuck did I do that?
What's up?
I'm trying to continue on my notes, but it keeps leading me to icon things now.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh. Well, I don't know about you, but that hurt like hell. I'm gonna pull out another bottle and start drinking it from my shell.
Have at her.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I
What do you
I
think we
don't.
should do?
What's that? Sorry?
Well, one thing we should do if we're going to be sent out in 9 hours from now is probably go make sure that we're prepared.
I Huh.
I
Yeah.
do need some small trinkets to work my magics. Maybe a trip to the market is in order.
Yeah, I need some for mine too. I want to be prepared for a long journey now that I can see that we're going to a desert.
There you go, man. I completely agree. So,
Yeah, lots of water.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys, I'm going to give you guys a knowledge history check for both of you.
I like the clicky
Boy.
noises the dice make when you roll them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can
It
actually
wouldn't be the same without it.
exactly. But as you guys pondered collectively, you kind of remember that there was a place of rest that was down in the industrial district, and there's a couple in uh, the lower market area. So there's like inns and stuff all over this place. There's eateries. There's also places of worship that you can go explore. You can pretty much do whatever you want. But most of the merchants that are selling gear for like adventurers or for townsfolk would be in the industrial zone.
Well, the industrial zone probably serves our needs pretty well because there's a good chance that's where Steve will have wandered off to, since that's where he hangs out at, I believe.
I'm not sure. I mean, I'd be happy to go. Like I said, I need to get some things anyways.
Yeah. So, yeah, we should probably just try to keep all this hush hush for now, but at least we have this information slash evidence and go stock up for whatever it is they want us to do.
Right on.
Yay, suicide mission.
As you guys adventure out, you come across the industrial zone with all of its leisure. You can see that it's getting to be closer to dark, and you notice that all of the shops are still open, but they look like they're going to be closing up soon.
Well, we better make this quick.
Yeah, I don't need much. Uh, you want to split up and meet back here in 10?
That sounds like a good idea.
Bam. All right. So, right now, let's start with Westra here. So, Westra, as you walk off in your own direction, you can kind of see several stalls along the interior broach of an archway that leads up to a higher level. There are 3 stands. One of the stands seems to be serving ready-made meals. The next one seems to be kind of like a produce stand mixed with light drinks and stuff like that. You can see pre-poured liquids in each of these glasses that look to be for sale. And on the third one, you notice just a fucking dwarf pounding on a suit of armor.
Nice. Well, I think I'm gonna probably hit up the produce stand first, would be the most useful of the 3.
Right on. So as you, so the way I usually deal with my campaigns is I deal in units of food. So if I tell you that you find a certain produce or something like that, I'm going to tell you it's 1 unit and it's basically like 1 pip of ration. Okay?
Okay.
If that makes any sense. So we're just going to deal with it that way.
Okay.
Under your inventory,
Yes.
do you have any bucks? Like, did I start you with any money? I don't think I did. So give yourself like 70 gold.
I have 15 gold pieces, evidently.
Yeah, just switch it up to 70, and you do the same, Brian. Give you guys some pocket sand.
You'll have to give me.
Yeah, it should be in inventory all the way down at the bottom.
Okay. Oh God, what did I do? Treasure. Treasure. It says 15 in the box, then GP 70 next to it, so I'm confused. I think I fucked it up.
Let me have a look here. Inventory, bam, all the way down at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, just erase GP 70 on the right hand side there.
Okay. Well, now there's another one
That's fine. It doesn't matter. And erase the 15 in that box,
Okay.
and then it's just going to be G G E. Thank you. There you go.
A. Oh, okay. I see how you do it. All right. I'll be able to do that correctly next time I adjust my
Perfect.
moolah, etc.
Yeah. So basically, each unit of food is considered to be 1 gold.
Okay.
So if you wanted,
Well,
so basically, if you wanted to buy out like enough rations that you could like comfortably carry and not have to worry about over encumbrance, I'm going to get you to be able to hold 5.
Okay. So that's what I will do then. So I'll spend 5 of my monies.
Yeah, and you'll just get a mixture of whether it be like tomatoes or mushrooms, potatoes, yams, corn, all that kind of stuff.
And then I guess for this next one I'd put 5 food units basically.
Just
Is
put
that cool?
5 rations. Just call it rations.
Rations. Okay.
Yeah, food and drink is going to be so fucking important in this one.
Yeah, I figured. That's why I went to the produce stand. They have both.
So there you go. So, Jaladri, as you continue down your side of the street, you can kind of notice that there's only one stand that seems to be down at the end. And a little bit further down, you can see an archway, but the door is closed. On the interior side, you can see a door that is open into a residential building, and as you pass by interior, you can see that there is more merchants inside.
Wander in there.
Gonna go in the building, sorry? Okay, as you go in, you take a look. Yeah, as you go into the building, you look left and right and you peer through the tent. It seems to be a very small room. There is a bed in the back corner of the room, but you can kind of see that it's like mostly children selling knickknacks here. But on the left-hand side, you can also see that one of the elder women in here are actually selling herbs. So if you were to have any spell components that would require like ginseng or anything like that, like this would be where you'd buy it from.
Like,
So you can take a look through your spell components and see if there's anything that you need to purchase, and then we can talk about what it would look like in this inventory kind of deal. What's up?
like ones or berries and stuff that I use.
Yeah, everything everything can be acquired here. So if you're looking
Okay, I'm just gonna acquire a couple of extra U ones and then some pouches of mistletoe.
Okay, just make sure to write that in your inventory and subtract 1 gold per unit.
Okay. Uh, uh, uh-huh. And then and before I leave, I'm gonna go over to the children and buy a knickknack.
Oh, so you walk over towards the children's thing and you can see quite a few games that are for sale as well. You can actually see a gaming kit in the corner that has several dice games. On the right-hand side, you can see like a bunch of like almost like devil sticks from back in the day. They just seem to be like little twirling sticks that you can purchase. But one of the small children, the cutest one, I'm talking like blonde hair, blue eyes, just the cutest, like you want to pinch their cheeks kid, walks up to you and presents you with a flower.
Aw.
And she just says,
I give her 5 gold an hour.
"Oh, sure, thank you so much." And she takes it and she just like starts to giddily like ask you to come like drop down on one knee, and she wants to give it to you personally.
Oh, absolutely. I'll get down.
Okay, so she just hops in, she comes over, she gives you a big hug, and then she just puts it in between your shoulder and your shell so that it's always visible. It's the cutest little thing you'd ever see. And she just goes, "Yay!" And all the kids start cheering. But one of the little ones runs up and runs outside, and you can see her going to buy produce. So, Westra,
Hey.
as you're buying your produce, you see the small child appear next to you. Seems very excited to buy, and as you look over, you can kind of see the doorway open of where Jaladri is.
Nice.
Yeah, so you guys are always within sight of each other, but you are in separate parts. So there you go.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
so what would you
Yeah.
like to do?
So before I leave the children, I'm just gonna use my druidcraft spell to make their area smell like flowers.
Oh, very good. I like that. So the nice pungent aroma from your fingertips kind of quells the air on the inside of the room. As the breeze blows in from outside, you can kind of see just a light aura appear on the top of the room and float down. And all of the flower that she gave you, you use it in its craft, and it just starts to make the room smell beautiful. And everybody's cheering and having an awesome ass time.
We're like ridiculously good.
Right?
Yeah. Nice. I approve.
All right, so Westra, where would you like to go next?
I think I'm gonna meander over to where Jaladri is to
Okay.
kind of see what all the hubbub is about.
And as you enter the room, you see the same thing as Jaladri did, just a bunch of really happy kids that are cheering and playing with this giant monstrosity of a turtle.
Got a snapping turtle doing his best to smile.
Aw, that's adorable.
We must always invest in the next generation.
All right.
Wise words indeed.
So as you look at it, the children have gone back to business as usual now, but you can see one of the kids at the back end of the room that gave you the flower, Jaladri. You can see her waving, bye!
Wait goodbye as we walk out.
Very good. All right, what would you guys like to do next?
I just need a minute to record that.
Yep, not a problem. All right.
Well,
So-
between the two of us, we've got some herbs, casting components, rations. I think we fulfilled our shopping needs at least.
There you go. All right.
At least.
I'm gonna get.
Well,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I need both of you to roll perception checks if you don't mind.
Okay.
Okay, so Jalardri, when you step out into the open of the courtroom, you can kind of see that now even more merchants have gone home. You see a select few left. You can see the armor smith is still banging away, but the doors that were once closed are now opened, and you can see everybody traveling to the residential district. You kind of hear this big foghorn go off, like whoop, like you'd hear at a factory.
What do you make of that?
What do I make of that? Well, it's curfew. We better, get to our homes or we'll be killed on sight.
That doesn't work for me. I carry my home on my back.
You see the turtle kind of tap his long, elongated claws on just this rigid fucking spino monstrosity that resides on his back. Not only that, do you also see the shield that's been cusped over to the right-hand side as he's walking through. So it's basically a spiky shield with a spiky shield on top of it.
Nice.
Right on. So as you guys are walking out, you also notice that down the hallway, there seems to be some commotion coming from a couple of the alleyways, just kind of general ruckus of the streets. But you can kind of look up towards the center of town. You can see it clearly from where you are. You can actually see that up the clock tower, one of the largest Zeppelin is actually undocked and is sailing away.
Oh, so that'd be McHuge Armorface and his posse leaving.
Yeah.
Oh, Winghead.
Well, I guess that'll be us in the morning. Yay!
Where do you suppose they want us to go? Like, are we gonna go to this desert place, or are we just gonna go wherever this blimp takes us? Because I'm not like with everything that's happened, I'm not super comfortable going where unknown people want me to go.
Yeah, tell
Given
me
public
about it.
execution and everything, and then there's the whole like this thing clinging itself to my head. So
Yeah, well, if you want that
start
thing
losing
off
faith
your
in
head,
this.
I kind of feel like we have to go along with this, and I mean, we kind of have to go along with this anyway. You really can't go against the faction's will.
All right,
No, I know.
I want you to roll a knowledge check, Jaladri, s'il vous plaît. And it's going to be just 1 second. So you're going to do a knowledge history check for me. Okay, so you don't remember. So nothing really comes to mind when it comes to the actions of each of the courts because you're not very adept at knowing what goes on with the government in this location because most of your people are from abroad, so they only get tiny glimpses of what this place is like, and in your head you just kind of start concocting this like little vision of them just maybe hurting people and just getting generally spooked of the idea.
Like hurting people, or like
Sorry?
one more time.
Oh, say that one more time.
Yeah.
All right, so think of it this way. So you don't really know too much about the city other than kind of what's been passed along in history. So whenever you come to visit, it's kind of like seeing a city every couple of ages. So you've seen the city before on your travels, but now it's kind of evolved. So in your travels, you kind of remember the stories of the factions, and you kind of get a little creeped out because you know what they could be capable of. Let's rephrase it like that.
You're right. You're very right. I'm getting too old for these sorts of things. I came to visit here when I was 640.
Wow. I'm not even close to that old. That's impressive. You must have seen rather a lot of incredible things in your lifetime.
I want you to roll a knowledge arcana check for me, Brian.
Me? Okay. Oh my god.
All right, so you do notice him. You recognize what kind of a caster Wester is, especially because of the bulletin board thing you read earlier with the note with the description of your team. But you are also really confused because outside of the city, warlocks are feared, but here they seem to be treated with respect.
Yeah. Oh, I don't understand. Where I come from, your type are not welcome. And where you come from, my type aren't welcome.
What do you mean? I know I'm kind of hideous looking, but I'm not sure I
No, it has
follow.
nothing to do with your looks. It has nothing to do with your looks. This is where your power comes from.
Oh, my
If I'm
magic?
correct. Yes.
Well,
Not you
it's pretty.
yourself.
It's normal. Pretty much everyone here can use magic in some form or other.
Oh, I'm not saying magic is unnatural. I'm saying where you get it. your patrons, they're not, well, like, for example, my patron is the Earth itself, the planet. I just say, I need some help. Could you please feed me? And the planet provides. I don't understand why you need to beseech a dark god to get these things done.
Um,
I'm not criticizing them.
am I supposed to be like beseeching a? This is not my character talking. Am I supposed to be like beseeching a dark god for my powers as this class? Is that how it works?
But the way
Dark or Fey or something.
it has to be, so the way I'm going to work this into the cities within the city, basically all evil in the world was eradicated at the turn of the century. And then this city was founded on it. So even the warlocks of this place follow demons, but they aren't necessarily evil. They're just more like entities that exist.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, it seems like not only on this plane, but on several planes, like, war is obsolete.
Yeah. 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 Okay. Gotcha. I don't really know what you mean, Jaladri. I mean, uh, everyone gets their powers from somewhere. Here we just kind of, borrow them from, well, whatever we can, really. I don't think there's anything evil or dark about it.
Knowing exactly where they come from.
I've never really thought about it too much, to be honest with you. It just feels natural to have this kind of magic, you know?
My mother said something very similar to me when I was young. I suppose I just don't understand these city ways.
You have a fond memory of your family from back home while sitting on your mother's lap, hearing stories of abroad.
Oh yeah. It's been established that Jaladri is like the ultimate mama's boy.
Oh yeah, and then like,
I mean, you carry her shell around as a shield.
yeah, I cannot argue.
All right.
Yeah, I just kind of get lost in that for a minute.
All right, so people, I think this is probably where we're going to tone her for now.
Yeah, I think it's
Good.
kind of losing steam. I don't know where to go.
Well,
No,
I don't think that it's losing steam. It's just that it's getting like late in game.
yeah. So
We
you
know that
guys,
Steve has one of our hanging plot threads.
Yeah.
It'd be good to get more of the gang in to continue the story from here.
and the cool thing is,
Yeah.
because this happened to you guys will be able to describe to them what actually happened. So you can tell
Yeah.
the story and actually fucking make it sound awesome and shit.
Yeah,
All right, guys.
we detective the shit out of this.
All right, guys. I'm going to
Oh,
end
Joe.
the live stream there. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys want to see more, let me know in the comments. If you're watching this on Twitch, check us out the next time we play. We're going to be playing tomorrow, the Caspian Sea, episode 33. And for those watching on YouTube, just check out the highlights.